Good morning, Neil.
Neil, I was saying earlier, we'll get on to the result and the performance, but once again, here we go. They try and play it for the back. It's not just... it's just bonkers, isn't it?
I knew you'd think about me. I mean...
it's bonkers.
Well, all I'm saying is there's a time and a place for it.
Yeah.
And it's like, when Man United got beat last year 5, the playing out from the back were atrocious. And like on Saturday, they changed it, or whenever the game was, and they knocked the goal kicks long, and they played from there. And I thought it was a different game. And last night, I mean, you saw. I mean, how long's to go, and the goalie and the defender do that, and it's cost them.
What would you do to your centre half if you done that, Neil?
Have you not seen any of my YouTube films? I remember, Gabby, one of my best ones was Chris Morgan when he should have picked Leicester to in 95th minute or something like that.
You're brave, you are. He's a big guy. He used to bully me, he did. Wow.
He was a super captain. But no, I think, listen, what can you say? I think all he could do is he substituted him the next minute, didn't he?
Yeah,
the kid.
yeah.
And you just can't. I just don't believe it, me, at times, Ellen. I know there's a time and a place. Arsenal, they'll get caught at times this year as well when they come up against a team that really close them down.
Yeah.
So they've just got to have a plan B. But it's not just the top level, all the way down the pyramid now. They're playing out from the back, and there's got to be a plan B because they're not all comfortable, the back
But
five.
what amazes me, Neil, is even when teams are getting beat, they still play it around there. I'm like, get it forward. There's 12 minutes to go. You're 2-0 down. Get it forward.
Well, I'm with you on that. I mean, when you're looking and they're losing, and there's like 7, 8 minutes, 6 minutes, and they're passing it 25 times round the back, I don't understand it when they're losing.
No.
Honestly, I don't. But obviously, it comes from the manager, doesn't it? It comes from the manager wants them to do that, so they do it, and that's how some of the teams are. It's the new fashion, I think it came in couple of years ago that this is how football's got to be now, but it's never been like that. They've always played at the back, but at times at the right time.
It was on though, wasn't it, Neil, as well though, for him to play first time?
Yeah.
He took a touch in that area. He's not got that time.
But do they talk now? Would the keeper knock at them and say first time? I don't know.
I mean, and also keepers. Alan, you know what keepers were like in five-a-side. If they ever got a chance to play up front, you think they were Pele, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
They all love themselves up front, didn't they, the goalies? So they must think that these people are comfortable. But last night, I mean, it's cost them, hasn't it? It cost them 12 million last night.
Yeah. What about Rangers pot 4, Celtic pot 4? So it's exciting. There's a good chance 5 o'clock tonight they'll be drawn against one of the Premiership clubs.
They can't get drawn against each other, can they, Alan?
I don't think so, but they can draw. They can draw, the English clubs.
And I mean, like you said, though, Alan, it is great. I know you're a mad Celtic fan. You've always been a bit of an idiot like that. But when I look at the teams and Rangers doing it last night, it is great for Scottish football. Absolutely great because, to be at that top level with all them names. I mean, you look at some of them. I mean, somebody mentioned the pot 2. Liverpool, Chelsea, Barcelona, Juventus, Atletico Madrid.
I'm saying as well, Neil, the Premier League teams won't find it easy going to Ibrox. That'd be a tough game, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean the crowd gets them going. I mean, I've got good pals up there, a couple of brothers who are mad Rangers fans, and they go everywhere. And I've been to a couple of games there. I'm hoping, if I can, I'm going to try and get to one of the games, Gabby, up there.
Yeah.
I've never been to a European night. I've been to some fabulous games, but I've never been to a European night.
Well, you got Celtic Rangers at Parkhead, and then a couple of nights later, you've got it could be Rangers at Ibrox in the Champions League.
Alan, I've never been to one of the old firms either.
Well, you got it.
I know I have. I've got to do it now. I've retired. I've got to see these things because, you know what they're like. When I was playing at I remember at Scarborough, we went down at the end of the season to the England-Scotland game at Wembley. And we had the Scots on one side of the bus, they're all in the kilts, and we were all on the other side, and we all the way down, it was fabulous. And you walked at Wembley Way, and the Scots just take over, don't they? They take over the bloody London itself, really. And I think I've never got past that. I always thought, what a wonderful occasion when the Scots get going. And did I tell you the story, Alan? My first one when I was with the Scots in my tickets that I got at Wembley.
Yeah.
And I was
the guy with the coat.
Yeah. Oh my God! When he opened his overcoat up, there were gin, vodka, there were everything inside. Brown ales, pale ales, you name it. And he'd just come through the security with his overcoat on. So it was great. It was great.
I remember there was a ban. The FA said, we've had enough of this. We're banning the sale of tickets north of the border to a few thousand.
Really?
Yeah.
There was even more turned up.
They were, and they never even
everywhere.
bothered about the game, Gabby. They were, 20-odd thousand round Trafalgar Square.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting tonight, 5 o'clock, that is for sure. Just so you know, pot 2, as Neil just mentioned there, Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham in there, but there's some big clubs, Barcelona, Juventus, Atletico, some great clubs. Even pot 3, you got Borussia Dortmund, you've got Inter, Napoli.
Yeah.
You've got Benfica in there, Rangers, Celtic in pot 4. Pot 1, Real Madrid, Frankfurt. Everyone wants Frankfurt. Lost their best player. Man City, AC Milan, Bayern, PSG, Porto, Ajax. Whoa, it's going to be some draw tonight, and it's live on talkSPORT.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.